Hello everyone, very good morning to all. Dear students, today we are going to start chapter number 7 of the text supplementary not textbook, that is the necklace. It's an interesting chapter, hope you will love it. It's about a lady named Matilda. Let's see what happens to her. She was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of love. इतनी ब्यूटीफुल लेडी थी ये मटिल्डा, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली अकॉर्डिंग टू हर ये अनफॉर्चुनेट था कि वो एक ऑर्डिनरी क्लर्क के फैमिली में पैदा हुई थी. She had no dowry, no hope, no means of becoming known, loved and married by a man either rich or distinguished, and she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk, ordinary clerk in the office of Board of Education. She was simple, but she was unhappy. Matilda was a beautiful lady. She had a kind of disappointment in her mind that why was she born in an ordinary family, जबकि she wanted to be loved, she wanted to marry somebody who was very rich. इस तरह का उसका एक ख्वाब था, लेकिन वो ख्वाब ही रहता है. उल्टा उसकी शादी एक ऑर्डिनरी क्लर्क से ही होती है जो बोर्ड ऑफ एजुकेशन में काम करता है. सिंपल लाइफ है, लेकिन वो बहुत खुश नहीं है. शी इज अनहैप्पी विथ हर लाइफ. She suffered incessantly and constantly, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxury. She had some ambitions and dreams that as she was so beautiful, she did not deserve an ordinary life. She deserved a luxurious life full of facility. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls and the worn chairs, पुरानी हुई घटिया chairs, डल हो गई हुई दीवारें, उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता था. All these things tortured and angered her. गुस्सा आता था. When she seated herself for dinner opposite her husband, who uncovered the tureen with a delighted air, saying, "Oh, the good pot pie! I know nothing better than that." She would think of elegant dinners, of shining silver. She thought of the exquisite food served in marvelous dishes. She had neither frock nor jewels, nothing, and she loved only those things. जब उसका हस्बैंड डिनर के टाइम पे वो जो पोट पाई बनी होती है, उसको देखकर ही ओह पोट पाई बनाया, दैट इज वेरी गुड. उसी वक्त मटिल्डा हैड ड्रीम ऑफ अदर रिच टेस्ट. बड़े बड़े होटल में खाना या बड़े घर में जो खाना होता है, सिल्वर के यूटेंसिल्स होते हैं, इससे उसका ख्वाब था. उसको ज्वेल्स चाहिए थे जो नहीं थे, अच्छे अच्छे कपड़े चाहिए थे जो नहीं थे, और नहीं चाहिए थे वो ही उसको पसंद था. देखो, दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. इफ अ मैन लर्न्स टू बी हैप्पी विथ व्हाट ही और शी हैज, देयर वोंट बी एनी प्रॉब्लम. हमारा प्रॉब्लम क्या है? जयेंद्र सर को बिल गेट्स बन जाना, फलाना ढिकाना रमेश भाई को किंग ऑफ द वर्ल्ड बन जाना. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. Bill Gates is happy with what he has. I am happy with what I have. लेकिन मटिल्डा इतनी भी मैच्योर नहीं. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, who she did not like to visit. She suffered so much when she returned. She wept for whole days from despair. And एक दिन अपनी वो एक बहुत ही रिच दोस्त को मिलती है, लेकिन मिलकर जब आती है तो बहुत नाखुश हो जाती है. बिकॉज रिच फ्रेंड के वहाँ तो सब अच्छा ही हो, वो देख कर आई तो ये भी खुश, ज़्यादा नाखुश हो गई. वो ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવત છે બેટા કે કોકનો બંગલો જોઈને આપણી ઝૂંપડી સળગાવી ના દે, है ना. किसी का बड़ा मकान देखकर हमारी झोपड़पट्टी को तबाह नहीं कर देना चाहिए. One evening her husband returned elated यानी बहुत खुश, bearing in his hand a large envelope. Here he said, here is something. तो एक दिन उसका हस्बैंड बहुत खुश होकर हाथ में एक कवर है वो लेकर आता है, तो अपनी वाइफ को बोलता है, लो ये तुम्हारे लिए. She quickly drew out a printed card on which were inscribed these words: the Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Ramponneau. ask the owner of Mr. and Mrs. Louisel's company Monday evening, January 18 at Minister's Residence. मिनिस्टर के वहाँ जाना था इनविटेशन, तो ऑब्वियसली वो बंदा खुश था कि हमें मिनिस्टर के वहाँ इनविटेशन मिल रहा है. Matilda is not happy with this also. Instead of being delighted, as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation spitefully upon the table, murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with it? मैं क्या करूँ इसका?" Frustrated है इससे मैं. But my dearie, I thought it would make you happy. You never go out, and this is an occasion, and find one. Everybody wishes one, and it is very select. Not many are given to employees. You will see the whole official world there. सब लोगों को नहीं बुलाया है, selected लोगों को बुलाया है, तो you should be happy. She looked at him with an irritated eye and declared impatiently, "What do you suppose I have to wear to such a thing as that?" ऐसे occasion पर मेरे पास पहनने के लिए कुछ नहीं. He had not thought of that. He stammered, "What the dress you wear when we go to the theatre? It seems very pretty to me." He was silent, stupefied, in dismay at the sight of his wife weeping. He stammered, "What is the matter? What is?" तुम्हारे पास वो अच्छा एक ड्रेस तो है, हम जब बाहर जाते तो पहनती हो, वही पहनो. But Matilda started crying. हस्बैंड पूछता है क्या हुआ क्या? By a violent effort, she had controlled her vexation and responded in a calm voice, piping her moist cheeks. "Nothing. Only I have no dress, and consequently I cannot go to this affair. Give your card to some colleague whose wife is better fitted out than I." मेरे पास कपड़े नहीं है अच्छे, किसी और को दे दो, तुम्हारे किसी साथ कर्मचारी को, उसकी वाइफ आएगी अच्छे कपड़े पहनकर. He was grieved, दुखी होता है उसका हस्बैंड. But answered, "Let us see, Matilda, how much would a suitable costume cost? Something that would serve for other occasions, something very simple." कितने का है? ज़्यादा महंगा नहीं, ओकेजन पर चले ऐसा. She reflected for some seconds, कुछ देर सोचा, thinking of a sum, amount के बारे में, that she could ask for without bringing with it an immediate refusal. अगर बहुत बड़ी रकम बोलेगी कि इतने का, तो शायद उसको ना भी सुनने को मिले. बहुत सोच समझ कर बोलती है. And a frightened exclamation from the economical clerk. Finally she said, in a hesitating voice, "I cannot tell exactly, but it seems to me that 400 francs ought to cover it." फ्रैंक्स जो है वो फ्रांस की करेंसी, 400 फ्रैंक्स में आ जाएगा. He turned a little pale. हस्बैंड थोड़ा पीला पड़ जाता है बेचारा. For he had saved just this sum to buy a gun that he might be able to join some hunting parties the next summer. उसने पैसे बचा कर रखे थे क्योंकि उसको एक hunting के लिए गन लेनी थी. With some friends who went to shoot larks on Sunday. Lark जो है वो type of bird है, उसको मारने के. Nevertheless, he answered, "Very well, I will give you 400 francs, but try to have a pretty dress." अब ड्रेस का तो जो मसला था वो हल हो गया. बट शी इज अ डिससेटिस्फाइड लेडी. उसका क्या कर, जिसको असंतोष अंदर ही भरा है, उसका आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. The day of the ball approached. Madame Loisel seemed sad, disturbed, anxious. Nevertheless, her dress was nearly ready. Her husband said to her one evening, "What is the matter with you? You have acted strangely for 2 days." अब क्या है? आज भी दुखी हो तुम, ड्रेस भी ले लिया है, अब क्या? And she responded, "I am vexed not to have a jewel, nothing to adorn myself." मैं अपने आप को ब्यूटीफाई कैसे करूं, ज्वेलरी तो है नहीं. "I shall have such a poverty-stricken look. I would prefer not to go to this party." अगर ड्रेस अच्छा पहना है लेकिन कुछ गले में नहीं है डेकोरेट करने के लिए, तो कैसी लगूंगी? नहीं जाऊंगी, नहीं जाना. He replied, "You can wear some natural flowers in this season. They look very chic." बहुत अच्छे लगेंगे नेचुरल फ्लावर्स. She was not convinced. "No," she replied, "there is nothing more humiliating than to have a shabby air in the midst of rich women." इतनी रिच औरतें आएगी, उनके बीच में फ्लावर्स की खुशबू फैलाती फैलाती में जाऊंगी, कैसा लगेगा? नहीं पहनना है कुछ. Then her husband cried out, "How stupid we are! Go and find your friend Madame Forestier and ask her to lend you her jewels." अरे हम भूल ही गए, मैडम फॉरेस्टियर के पास जाओ, तुम्हारी दोस्त वो तो रिच है, देगी कुछ. She saw The next day she took herself to her friend's house and related her story of distress. Madame Forestier went to her closet, took out a large jewel case, brought it, opened it and said, "Choose my dear." मैडम फॉरेस्टियर के वहाँ जाती है, अपनी प्रॉब्लम बताती है. मैडम फॉरेस्टियर एक बड़ा सा बॉक्स इसमें है, जो अच्छी लगे वो ज्वेलरी ले ले. She saw at first some bracelets, then a collar of pearls, then a Venetian cross of gold, jewels of admirable workmanship. She tried the jewels before the glass, hesitated, could neither decide to take them or nor leave them. Then she asked, "Have you nothing more?" कुछ और भी देखा, बहुत रिच था, कुछ और सा, लेकिन बोल नहीं पाई. कहती इससे भी कुछ ज़्यादा है. Suddenly she, "Why yes, look for yourself. I do not know what will please you." Suddenly she discovered in a black satin box a superb necklace of diamonds. Her hands trembled as she took it out. She placed it about her throat against her dress and was ecstatic. Then she asked in a hesitating voice, full of anxiety, "Could you lend me this? Only this?" "Why? Yes, certainly." डायमंड का नेकलेस देखा, बेचारे के हाथ कांप रहे. गरीब है ना, कि ये मैं कैसे मांगू, लेकिन फिर भी मांग ली. उसने दे दी. She fell upon the neck of her friend, embraced her with passion, अपनी दोस्त को हग किया, went away with her treasure. खुश होकर चली गई वो कीमती ज्वेलरी. The day of the ball arrived. Madame Louiselle was a great success. She was the prettiest of all, elegant, gracious, smiling and full of joy. All the men noticed her, asked her name, wanted to be presented. सब लोग impress हो गए मिसेस लुइसेल से, मतिल्डा से, खुश हो गए. यानी शी वॉज ए ग्रेट सक्सेस. नाउ शी वॉज हैप्पी. उसको ऐसी ही लाइफ जीनी थी, आज उसको ऐसा मौका मिला. She danced with enthusiasm, intoxicated with pleasure, thinking of nothing but all this admiration, this victory so complete and sweet to her heart. मजा आ गया, एकदम एंथु हो गई, एक्साइटेड हो गई, जैसे कोई जीत मिली हो, इतनी खुशी. She went home towards 4 o'clock in the morning. Her husband had been half asleep in one of the little saloons since midnight, with 3 other gentlemen whose wives were enjoying themselves very much. उसका हस्बैंड तो सो गया था ऑलमोस्ट, रात को घर जाती है. He threw around her, जगाया यानी उसके हस्बैंड को. वो तो थक गया था क्योंकि उसको दूसरे दिन ऑफिस जाना था. He threw around her shoulder the modest wraps they had carried, whose poverty clashed with elegance of the ball costume. She wished to hurry away in order not to be noticed by the other women who were wrapping themselves in rich fur. बाहर ठंडी थी तो उसके हस्बैंड ने उनके घर की एक ऑर्डिनरी शॉल उड़ा ली, लेकिन फटाफट से वो जाने लगी. अब उसको ये भी डर है कि मुझे कोई अब इसी पुरानी शॉल में देख लेगा. भाई हमारे पास जो है उसमें खुश रहना चाहिए. मैंने अभी बोला ना कि किसी का बंगला देखकर हमारी झोपड़ी नहीं जला देता, वरना हम तो बेघर हो जाएंगे. उसको ये था कि दूसरी लेडीज क्या क्या अच्छा अच्छा वुलन्स पहन कर आई. Louiselle detained her, "Wait, I am going to call a cab." But she would not listen and descended the steps. Mr. Louiselle ने बोला कि ये काम है. When they were But she would not. हस्बैंड ने कहा कि चलो मैं कैब लेकर आता हूँ. But she would not listen and descended the steps rapidly. When they were in the street, they found no carriage, and they began to seek for one, hailing the coachman whom they saw at a distance. कोई कैब नहीं मिला, कोई घोड़ा गाड़ी नहीं मिलती है. चलने लगे, एक कोचमैन दिखता है, उसको चिल्लाकर बुला रहे, इधर आओ इधर आओ. They walked along towards the river, hopeless and shivering. Finally they found one of those old carriages that one sees in Paris after nightfall. एक old पुरानी गाड़ी मिलती है, घोड़ा गाड़ी. It took them as far as their door and they went weary up to their apartment. It was all over for her, and on his part he remembered that he would have to be at the office by 10 o'clock. उसकी वाइफ के लिए तो जो एक ही था बहुत ही वन डे वंडर था. खुश हो गई, लेकिन अब उसके हस्बैंड को तो कल जागना भी है. She removed the wraps from her shoulders before the glass, for a final view of herself in her glory. Suddenly she uttered a cry. Her necklace was not around her neck. Last time उसने देखा, उसने सोचा कि मैं एक बार मेरे को आईने में देख लूं. Because on that day she was really looking beautiful. सुंदर तो थी वो, ऊपर से अच्छे कपड़े और अच्छा ज्वेल, लेकिन नेकलेस नहीं था. Louiselle, already half undressed, asked, "What is the matter?" जोर से चिल्लाती उसकी वाइफ. तो उसका हस्बैंड अभी कपड़े बदल रहा था. क्या हुआ? She turned towards him excitedly. I no longer have Mrs. Forestier's necklace. हो गया. He arose in dismay. What? How is that? It is not possible. And they looked in the fold of the dress, in the fold of the cloak, in the pocket, everywhere. They could not find it. सब जगह पर देखा, नहीं था. Yeah, you are sure you still had it when we left the minister's house? था तुम्हारे पास पक्का लास्ट में जब वहाँ से निकले तो? Yes, I felt it as we came out. But if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. अगर चलते चलते चलने के टाइम पे गिरा होता तो आवाज भी आती. पक्का तुम उस कैब में गिर गया. Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number? No. And you? Did you notice what it was? No. किसी ने नंबर नहीं नोटिस किया. They looked at each other, utterly cast down. Finally, Louis depressed himself again. अब हस्बैंड भी बेचारा डिप्रेस हो जाता है. ओरिजिनल डायमंड का नेकलेस कितना महंगा होगा, पेमेंट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. I am going, he said, over the track where we went on foot to see if I can. मैं जा रहा हूँ जहाँ से हम चल कर आए थे, जितना डिस्टेंस वहाँ. And he went. She remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. हिम्मत ही नहीं हो रही थी सोने की भी. Towards 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. कुछ नहीं मिला. He went to the police and to the cab offices, put an advertisement in newspaper offering a reward. न्यूज़पेपर में एडवर्टाइज की कि जिसको मिलेगा वो रिटर्न करेगा तो उसको रिवॉर्ड भी मिलेगा. ये सब किया. She waited all day in a state of bewilderment before this frightful disaster. Louiselle returned in the evening, his face pale. He had discovered nothing. कुछ नहीं, सब बेकार. He said, "Write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of the necklace and that you will have it repaired. That will give us time." नेकलेस का एक जो नोट होता है वो टूट गया, उसके कारण का मोती या जो भी बिखर गया तो उसके कारण टूट गया है, तो हम रिपेयर करवा के दे देंगे. उस बहाने थोड़ा टाइम मिल जाएगा. She wrote as he dictated. At the end of a week, they had lost all hope. And Louiselle, older by 5 years, declared, "We must replace this jewel." अब तो नया लेना ही पड़ेगा. In a shop of the Palais Royal, they found a chaplet of diamond which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. It was valued at 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000. 40,000 का था वो नया नेकलेस. देखा, ओरिजिनल, एग्जैक्ट सेम टू सेम, और डिस्काउंट 10% के साथ 36,000 में मिल जाता. अब इनके पास तो पैसे ही नहीं. 400 रुपए की गन खरीदनी, वो भी सेव कर रहा था बेचारा. Louiselle possessed 18,000 francs which his father had left him. He borrowed the rest. He made ruinous promises, took money from usurers, whole race of lender, यानी इधर उधर से बोरो करके लिए पैसे. Then he went to get the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs. When Mrs. Louiselle took back the jewels to Mrs. Forestier, the latter said to her in a frigid tone, "You should have returned them to me sooner, for I might have needed them." Forestier कहती, थोड़ा जल्दी भेज देती ना, मुझे जरूरत थी. Madame Forestier did not open the jewel box as Louiselle feared she would. What would she think if she should perceive the substitution? What should she say? Would she take her for a robber? नया तो ले दिया, लेकिन फिर भी उसको डर था कि अगर फॉरेस्टियर ने ये बॉक्स खोला और ओरिजिनल नहीं है, यानी वो उसका जो था वो नहीं है, दूसरा है, तो मेरी तो इंप्रेशन खराब हो जाएगी. ऐसा डर है लुइसेल. Madame Louiselle now knew the horrible life of necessity. She did her part, however, completely heroically. It was necessary to pay this frightful debt. She would pay it. They sent away the maid. They changed their lodgings. They rented some rooms in it. घर भाड़े पर रहना चालू कर दिया. भले नहीं कम भाड़े वाला घर रखा. नौकरानी एक आती थी, उसको रिजल्ट करवा दिया कि तुम निकल जाओ, अब तुम्हारा काम नहीं है. यानी जितने पैसे हो सके उतना बचाने का उसका कोशिश था, ताकि वो उसको पैसे दे सके, यानी भरपाई कर सके. She learned the odious work of a kitchen. किचन का काम सीख लिया सब. She washed dishes, soiled linen, यानी गंदे कपड़े, clothes, dish clothes, which she hung on the line to dry. She took down the refuse to the street each morning and brought up the water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. यानी जो काम उसकी नौकरानी करती थी, पानी लाना, वो सब बेचारी वो कर रही है. And clothed like a woman of the people, she went to the grocers, the butchers and the fruiterers with her basket on her arm, shopping, haggling to the last straw of her miserable life. एक एक पैसा बचाने के लिए वो खुद सारा काम करने लगी जो अपनी नौकरानी से करवे. The husband worked evenings putting the books of some merchants in order. Nights he often did copying at 5 sous a page. And this life lasted for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they had restored all. इतना पैसा कमाना भी था, इतने टाइम में कमा लिया, लेकिन 10 साल की जिंदगी उनकी इसमें ही चली गई. Madame Louiselle seemed old now. She had become a strong, hard woman. The crude woman of the poor eyes. एकदम बेचारी ordinary woman बन गई है, बूढ़ी लग रही है, एकदम सुंदर थी वरना. Her hair badly dressed, her skirts ovary, यानी skirts जो कपड़े हैं उनके वो भी गंदे हो गए. Her hands red हो चुके हैं. She spoke in a loud tone, washed the floors with large pails of water. यानी घर का सारा काम कर रही है. But sometimes when her husband was at the office, she would sit herself before the window, think of that evening party of former times, of that ball where she was so beautiful and so pretty. पुराना टाइम याद करती है, विंडो के बाजू में खड़े रहते. आहा, वो भी क्या दिन थे. How would it have been if she had not lost the necklace? Who knows? How singular is life? Life तो एक ही है, and how full of change. एक ही लाइफ, लेकिन कितने चेंजेस, कितने हमारी लाइफ में बदलाव आते हैं. How small a thing will ruin or save one. One Sunday, as she was taking a walk in the Champs-Élysées to rid herself of the cares of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman walking with a child. It was Madame Forestier, still young, still pretty, still attractive. Madame Louiselle was affected. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. Why not? एक संडे को वो जा रही थी, सामने मिसेस फॉरेस्टियर देखी, एकदम अभी भी यंग लग रही थी. लुइसल को लगता है कि आई शुड टॉक टू हर. अब तो हमने पैसे भी सारे भरपाई कर दिए, लोन वोन जो भी था. अब तो बोल सकते हैं कि तुम्हारा हमारा साथ ये घटना होगी कि उसके कारण हम ऐसे हो गए. She approached her. Good morning, Jen. Her friend did not recognize her and was astonished to be so familiarly addressed by the common personage. He stammered, but madam, I do not know. You must be mistaken. कहते हैं कि तुमसे कुछ गलती हो गई, मैं तुमको जानती नहीं. वैसा क्यों बोल रहे? बिकॉज लुइसल का जो लुक था वो चेंज हो गया था. फॉरेस्टियर कहती है कि मैं तुमको जानती नहीं. No, I am Matilda Louiselle. Her friend uttered a cry of astonishment. Oh, तुम? Oh, my poor Matilda, how have you changed? तुम तो पूरी बदल गई हो. Yes, I have had some hard days since I saw you. Last time मिले थे उसके बाद 10 साल ऐसे खराब निकले हमारे. And some miserable ones. And all because of you. Because of me? How is that? You recall the diamond necklace that you loaned me to wear to Ministers? तुमको याद है तुमने वो पार्टी के लिए तुमने कपड़ा दिया था मुझे, सॉरी डायमंड का नेकलेस दिया था. Yes, very well. Well, I lost it. How is that? Since you returned it to me. कैसे खो गया? तुमने तो मुझे दे दिया है. I returned another to you exactly like it, and it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. हमने जो दिया था ना वो दूसरा वाला था, नया, और इतना महंगा ही था. तुमको पता है तुम्हारा ज्वेल तो महंगा ही, वो उसका पेमेंट करने में 10 साल चले. You can understand that it was not easy for us who have nothing, but it is finished and I am decently content. वो सब हो गया, अब मैं खुश हूँ जो भी है मेरी लाइफ जैसी भी. Forestier stopped short. She said, You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine. मेरा वाला replace करके नया दिया. Yes, you did not perceive it then. They were just alike. तुमने identify नहीं कर पाया, एक ही तो है. And she smiled with proud and simple joy. Madame Forestier was touched and took both her hands as she replied, "Oh, my poor Matilda, mine were fools. They were not worth over 500 francs." Oh, Matilda, ये क्या किया? डुप्लीकेट था, ओरिजिनल नहीं था. अरे बाप. ओके डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ये चैप्टर पूरा होता है नेक्स्ट वीडियो में नेक्स्ट चैप्टर के साथ. टिल देन, थैंक यू. जय हिंद.